Hello and welcome to Launerin's Gamer Score and welcome to 2 Point Hospital. This was released earlier this week on consoles, so I thought I would take a look because I've been very excited about this game and really looking forward to it. So I thought I'd take a look and show you guys a little bit of gameplay footage from it. So let's jump right in. Okay, so obviously I've been playing this game a little bit so far. So this is basically the world map where you select your which hospital that you're going to play on. We'll just jump into like the second one and I will just show you the game through that. So basically this game is the spiritual successor to Theme Hospital.
Can be found in the employee records.
So basically you've got to build a GP's office and then you have various other room options available to you, some of which unlock later on in the game, some you have to already unlocked. So let's just build a psychiatry quickly. So one thing with this game that you couldn't do in Theme Hospital is you can have weird shaped rooms like this one, and then basically when you put more items in rooms in Theme Hospital, you made the people that worked in there happier. You can actually see that happening now. So if you look on the top bar, you have the prestige level, which is currently at level 2, now going up to level 3 now that I've put windows in the room. So let's just add in what we actually need in the room, and then okay, so that's literally all you need in the room. So the room is a lot bigger than it actually needs to be, obviously, but we're just trying to make it a nice place for people to work in, and they'll come in and they'll get cured and they'll be feeling nice and good about it. So let's pop a couple of other little bits in here. We'll have a bookcase and a trophy case as well. We're nearly at level 4. And then, I mean, this game does kind of remind me of The Sims a little bit. We'll just put loads of these rugs in. Let's see if we can get up to level 5. In that every item that you put in a room kind of can have a different effect on the people. But it doesn't really matter what you put in the rooms as far as I can tell. Like, for example, it doesn't matter that I've put this changing screen or whatever it's called over here, because people don't actually use it. I don't think you need a fire extinguisher in a psychiatry office, but it's always good to have one. Now, I'm very close to... There we go, we'll pop a couple more of these in, because these actually, having the diagnosis bookcases in there actually does have an effect on whether or not, on how well the diagnosis goes. So there we go, a lovely level 5 psychiatry there. There we go. So obviously you have to build up your hotel. You have
Listeners will know that's code for Harrison Wolf's got some big news. That's right. I just found out last week's fireworks were staged to send messages that can be seen from outer space. So keep an eye out for any unusual tourists.
There we go. Right. So we have our psychiatry, we have a GP's office. So that's that all built. So the other things that you need to keep in mind are your patients will need somewhere to sit down if they have to wait at all for an appointment, and they do get bored, so it is nice to have take a look at what different items do. Like you could just put
Please pretend there's a fire.
you could just put normal snack machines down, but I've unlocked the amusing snack machine, which is a lot more expensive to buy, but it also reduces boredom as well. And then obviously putting bins down in your hospital reduces the amount of litter. You've got the hand sanitizer, which increases the hygiene of your hospital. And then you have these, which are new to 2 Point Hospital. They weren't in its predecessor theme hospital, which is the gift shop and news agent, which are basically just little shops that you can put in that reduce boredom and give people stuff to do while they're waiting. So we'll have a magazine rack here as well, because that'll give people something to do for a little while. So yeah, what we'll do now is, now that I've talked through the basics of 2 Point Hospital and people with night fever, is it? Or I think it's night fever that they've got. Let's have a look at the illnesses. Mockstar, there we go, that's what they are. Wonderful. Let's just go and have a look at another hospital that I've built that's got a few more people in it. Okay, so this is Mitten University, which is a level a little bit later on in the game. Let's just see if we can complete that challenge while we're having a little look around. Obviously this hospital is a bit bigger than the one that I was just in. There's a lot more going on. So we'll talk through some of the illnesses and some of the different rooms and stuff that are available as well. So first of all though, before we get onto that, I want to talk about this particular level. So in Theme Hospital, obviously you had different levels, it increased in different difficulty as the game went on. It seems to be the same with this one. For example, this one you start off and all of the staff that you hire, if we actually go down to the staff, so all of the doctors are basically junior doctors, so they have no abilities. Like in Theme Hospital as well, they all have like personality traits which kind of correlate how they will work in the hospital. So in this hospital you have to basically train up all of your staff from scratch if you want them to work in different departments or if you want them to be better at their job. So that has proved a little bit of a challenge on this one. In fact, I think with this particular level I spent most of it in debt trying to get my level, my hospital up to scratch. Somebody wants promoting because they've just been taught something, I guess. In this one as well, you could also build a research room where obviously new technology gets researched as well. So we're just going to have a quick look through the illness list, really. So obviously you've got a lot of kind of pun names on your illnesses. You've got lightheadedness, for example, is they come in with a light bulb on the head. You've got grey anatomy, where they come in and they're all grey and they need their colour put back into them. Night fever is similar to the Mockstar one, but they're dressed as Elvis if memory serves. Chest infection, they think they're clowns. Rock bottom, I don't want to know what that is.
We're sorry for the litter that you dropped on our floor.
So yeah, there's a lot of different diseases all going on.
Working holiday at Mary Dung Farm for my birthday. I say friend, but I haven't spoken to him since. Anyway, this next song is for anyone who's had to mix up a batch of hog slop.
So obviously you've got different rooms. We'll go through the rooms a little bit. Obviously with its predecessor, with Theme Hospital, you basically had reception desks like this one here. But in this, after the first couple of levels, you can actually build a reception kind of room. I'm not really sure what the benefit is, other than giving them being able to build up the prestige level of it. But they seem quite awkward to build, and they take up a lot of room that I don't think's really necessary. But maybe they'll come into play a little bit more later on. Obviously you have diagnosis rooms like general diagnosis, the cardiology, the ward, that as well helps heal people. Thank you for mentioning it. But as you go further down, you've got the deluxe clinic, which helps people with lightheadedness. The PANS lab, that's... I don't think I've had anybody on this level come in with that particular one. Can't even remember what it's called. But basically people come in with a pan on the head and that removes it. You have the clown clinic, which obviously helps people with chest infection. Chromotherapy, which restores colour to people. The fracture ward as well, that's not needed in this level, and the injection room as well, which will cure that rock bottom. There's not much else really to say about 2 Point Hospital. I'm really enjoying it. It's well worth getting hold of if you can. A little bit of a tip: if you do, make sure you build multiple GP offices. Because I have like 9 on this in this particular hospital, and I still seem to always have queues. But yeah, I'm very much enjoying playing it, and it's nice to kind of relive my youth with a brand new game kind of thing, if that makes sense. But yeah, there's not much to show in the way of gameplay other than kind of what I've shown you, and every single person's experience with this game will be completely different, because pretty much everybody's going to have a different layout to their hospital, a different way of doing things. Like, I'm sure that there's somebody somewhere screaming at me because of this corridor that leads to the toilet, but never mind. Before I actually wrap this up completely though, one thing that they did introduce is if you want to build multiple rooms that are the same, you can copy rooms and it will just copy the entire room, which is handy, especially for these GP offices. So thank you very much for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.